So if you've just listened to part 1 and part 2, or watched the videos even for the ancient Ramm, this is part 3. There's no real kind of audio evidence in this one, but this is more of photos that you will see with a lot of weird and strange things in them. Now, all these photos were taken in the bishop's room, again where the apparently the most active room of the place is. I took lots of photos through the night, and the only weird anomalies that I caught seemed coincidentally to be in the bishop's room. So there's a few photos that you're going to see in a moment, and again I'm going to leave this open up to you to make out what you want, basically. Only to say that I can't explain these photos. I don't know why these things are on these photos as they are. Only to say they're very odd, and I can't explain them, basically. The only thing I'll quickly mention is that in the form of spirits manifesting or catching any type of evidence, so to speak, through camera, the camera is a brilliant tool to that will show up, I suppose, any strange energy forms or apparitions. Basically what the human eye can't see, the camera will pick it up. The same as the voice recorders, they're that sensitive that it will pick up things that we can't hear, and with the cameras as we can't see. So the first photo you're about to see is as we entered into the bishop's room. I took a couple of photos, and the first one you're about to see now is of a few strange white kind of blobs, really, you can call it. Now, again, there's a massive kind of dispute over these things that you're looking at are orbs, energy balls, spirit balls, whatever you want to call them, or simply dust. Now, dust can look like this, unfortunately, so there's a fine line between what are considered orbs and what considered dust. I don't like to say what they are. I'd like to think they're orbs, especially because of the activity that went on and everything in the room, and which leads on to other photos you're about to see, but could be dust. I don't know. I wouldn't like to call it. So they're a little bit strange nonetheless, considering the different shapes and forms of them, which don't appear to be on any of the photos really. So that's the first one that I just thought I'd show you, which is a little bit odd. The second photo that you're about to see is that during the call out that you heard on part 2, when I was calling out, I took a few photos through the night, and the one that you're about to see now is of Lee. Now, Lee is the guy sat on or led on the bed, and basically you have Dan, which is one of the other investigators, to the left of the photo. Now, you can clearly see this white, strange object right by Lee's head, apparently, in the middle of the bed. Again, whether it's an orb, whether it's dust, I don't know. It's the only one in the photo. I'm not sure, but odd nonetheless. I really don't know about this one. This is where this tends to now come in to be a little bit more weird. On part 2, you'll recall just after that noise of something being thrown above us in the attic, you then will hear me comment on something about a photo that I managed to pick up, and something a little bit weird. Well, what you're looking at now is that photo. After I took it, I looked at it straight away, and it looked odd as soon as I saw it. I can't even make out what it is. It's some kind of whitish, pinkish blobs or circles, which you can clearly see to the right of the photo and to the left as well. Now, from a paranormal perspective, you can think this is perhaps some type of energy or some type of spirit trying to manifest, and I'm capturing this on the photo. Now, just to go a little bit further into this, if you look at the background behind these kind of pinkish white blobs, so to speak, you can kind of make out this black mass that is kind of trying to come through as well, which you can't quite make out as such, but nevertheless it is there. It is quite odd. This then brings me on to the next photo, which you're looking at now. Now this is really odd because on the right hand side of this photo you will see this weird kind of dark black mass that is picked up, and which is quite what's the word? I don't know, but you can see clearly that it's some type of odd mass, I suppose. You can see behind it, you can see the different ornaments, and this black mass, you can see it kind of forming now, which goes onto the chair, which you can clearly see covering the chair, but definitely this odd mass coming from nowhere. Now, I took a few photos of this not to cause photo matrixing. What is photo matrixing? Basically what it is, it's the as easy I can try and explain this. It's the way that the brain functions in order to see something that is apparently not there. So your brain or your eyes tend to fool the brain by making out images and things when it's not there. It's just your brain's way of formatting what is apparently there. It can't quite work it out, so it assumes that it's something when perhaps it's not. So the ideal practice for an investigator is, whenever we take photos, is to take 2 or 3 straight after another. So if anything odd is picked up, then it's not then in other words, if it's something that has always been there, I mean, that could clearly be a shadow of some kind, or some type of logical explanation as to why that is black. That black mass is there. So by taking 2 or 3, then if this is in every single photo, then you could logically put it down to something that is, for whatever reason, there. I don't know. This is why I did take 2 or 3, but what I can't explain is the photo that you're looking at now. There's nothing there. There's no black mass image, or even those pinky white blobs. There's nothing there at all. And again, the photo you're looking at now again is the same thing. There's nothing there at all. Now these were taken 2 or 3 seconds apart from each other. So if this was something that was not paranormal even, then this should be on every single photo. But I can't explain why it's not. So looking at it from a paranormal side, it's very odd nonetheless, and is some type of black mass that, have I caught it on camera? Is it trying to manifest? I don't know. Very weird. So I just thought I'd show you those photos. You can make your own mind up as to what you think about them, but as far as we're concerned, they're very interesting and unexplainable. I don't know why. But thanks for watching all these videos for the ancient Ramm. I can't wait to go back there and hopefully pick up any more activity. And thanks again for watching and listening.